Did you know that in the few seconds it takes to just pick up your phone, an AI could be analyzing your behavior? Before you even type your PIN or let Face ID get a look at you, your phone might already be learning about you and building a profile. Now, I'm not talking about what happens inside your apps. This is all happening on the surface. The lock screen, that digital barrier we think of as a simple, sleeping gateway, is being turned into an active, intelligent platform. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this hidden world of lock screen data mining, what it means for your privacy, and ultimately, what it means for your freedom. Section 1. The problem: your lock screen isn't what it used to be. We used to think of our lock screens as a simple digital door. It kept the world out until we decided to let it in. But that's a dangerously outdated way of looking at it. For hundreds of millions of people, the lock screen is the new frontier for data collection, a concept some in the tech world call Screen Zero. Companies like Glance are at the forefront of this, transforming the lock screen from a passive security feature into a personalized content stream. Glance is already on over 450 million smartphones, primarily in Asia, but it's making a big push into new markets through partnerships with major Android brands. On the surface, it sounds kind of nice. Your lock screen shows you personalized news, weather, or trending videos without you ever needing to unlock your device. The AI learns what you like, what time you check the news, and tailors the screen to your routine. If you check sports scores every night, it'll start putting those front and center for you. It's a smooth, frictionless experience designed to give you what you want before you even think to ask for it. But this convenience comes at a price, and it's one that's mostly invisible. This entire ecosystem is fueled by your data. And on these platforms, the collection process starts the second your screen lights up. This is the core of the issue. A space that we all consider private is now being actively used to analyze our behavior, often before we've given any real, conscious consent by unlocking our phone. Section 2. Agitate how it watches you. So, how does this actually work? It's not magic. It's a pretty sophisticated system that logs data you might not even realize you're creating. First, the AI analyzes how you interact with the lock screen itself. Every notification you swipe away, every news headline you tap on, every video you let play for more than a few seconds, it's all logged. This is how it builds a basic picture of what you're into. But it goes a lot deeper than that. These platforms can get access to a ton of contextual data. Based on their privacy policies, this can include your app usage history and even browsing data to understand your habits inside the phone. It processes your language preferences and location to serve you content that's geographically and culturally relevant. Over time, the algorithm doesn't just know you like tech news. It knows you like Android news, that you read it in the morning, and that you're way more likely to tap on articles about privacy. This is called hyper-personalization. And the data they're asking for is getting even more personal. Some of the latest features involve generative AI. On certain phones, you can find features that let you upload a selfie. The AI then analyzes your photo. You punch in a few details about yourself, and it starts generating images of you in different outfits from various brands, right there on your lock screen. See something you like? You can buy it with a single tap. Just think about the data points involved there. It's not just your face. It's what the AI infers from your face, your style, maybe your age, and other demographic details. While these features are opt-in, the fact that they exist shows where this is all going, towards a more complete and visually driven analysis of who you are. It's important to be clear. This isn't the same as Face ID or fingerprint scanning. That biometric data is stored in a secure chip on your device and isn't used for advertising. This is about platforms that exist on top of your lock screen, and they're a perfect data goldmine because they capture your unfiltered, reflexive interests, not just the things you actively go searching for. Your lock screen becomes a one-way mirror, and you're on the other side. Section 3. Agitate the profile they build and the freedom you lose. So, they've got all this data. What's the endgame? They're building a profile, a digital twin of your habits and desires that can get frighteningly accurate. And that profile is then used for the ultimate goal, to influence what you do next. The most obvious one is getting you to buy stuff. By turning your lock screen into a non-stop shopping channel, they remove all the friction from impulse buying. You don't have to unlock your phone, open an app, search for a product, and then check out. You just see it, tap it, and buy it. It's a dream for retailers, who can turn your moments of boredom into a sale. They know what you've browsed before, and they can put the perfect product in front of you at the moment you're least likely to say no, but the implications go way beyond just shopping. This level of personalization creates an echo chamber on the first screen you see. You're only shown the news, opinions, and products that the algorithm has decided you'll probably like. This subtly shrinks your world, curating it not for your growth or education, but for maximum engagement and profit. And that brings up a pretty serious question. Are you truly making a choice when an AI has tailored the options so perfectly to what it predicts you'll want? When the easiest path is always to click on algorithm-approved content, how much of your digital life is actually your own? On top of all this, there's a serious lack of transparency. These AI algorithms are black boxes. The companies running them give us assurances about privacy, but it's nearly impossible for a regular person to know exactly how their data is being used or who it's being shared with. Their privacy policies often say data can be shared with partners, which is a vague term that doesn't offer much real comfort. The feeling of being watched is no longer just a vague fear. For some, it's a feature that's been built directly into their phone's software and sold as a convenience. Section 4. Solve reclaiming your digital space. This all sounds pretty bleak, but you're not powerless. You can actually take steps to reclaim your lock screen and push back against this. First, the most direct move: turn the feature off. On many Android phones, especially from brands that have used this technology like Samsung or Xiaomi, these AI lock screens are often called Glance, Lock Screen Magazine, or something similar. You'll need to dive into your phone's settings. Usually, you can go to Settings, then find Lock Screen. In that menu, look for an option like Wallpaper Services or Lock Screen Stories. If you see Glance or a similar service selected, just switch it back to None. That should stop the ads and dynamic content. On some phones, you might have to find the Glance app in your app list and disable it from there. Be aware, sometimes these can turn themselves back on after a system update, so you have to stay vigilant. Second, lock down your notifications. Anyone who picks up your phone can read a personal message or email right on the lock screen. Go into Settings, Notifications, Lock Screen Notifications, and choose Hide Content. You'll still see you have a message, but the details will stay private until you unlock it. Third, do a full privacy audit of your phone. The default settings are almost always built for data collection, not your privacy. Go through your settings and turn off usage and diagnostics, sharing. Go through your app permissions. Does that game really need your contacts? Does that photo editor need to know your location 24/7? Be ruthless. If a permission doesn't make sense for what the app does, turn it off. Fourth, for your most sensitive information, use the security features that are probably already on your phone. Many Samsung phones have a secure folder, which is an encrypted, separate space for apps and files. Putting your banking apps or private documents in there gives you an extra wall of defense. And finally, we have to demand better. These features spread because most people don't know they exist or what they're doing. Talk to people about this. Share this video. Support organizations that fight for our digital rights. Companies only change when they feel pressure from us, the people using their products. CTA in conclusion, the lock screen is the front door to our digital lives. This whole push to turn it into another billboard is a battle for our attention and our autonomy, and it's happening quietly, disguised as a helpful new feature. By taking some of the steps we talked about, you can start to build a digital fortress, not just a weak fence. It all starts with understanding what's happening, seeing the tools of manipulation for what they are, and making an active choice to opt out. If this video opened your eyes, please consider subscribing for more deep dives into your tech and your privacy. I really want to know what you think, so let me know in the comments. Have you noticed your lock screen getting smarter lately? What have you done to protect your digital life? Remember, the convenience they're offering is temporary, but the data they collect is permanent. So you have to ask yourself, What is that convenience really costing me? Stay safe out there. Smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech challenges, future experiments, and real talk from TechWave 65.